Hi, so today we are going to be making cinnamon buns. So here I have 1 1/2 cups of warm water, and into that I'm going to add 1 packet of dry yeast. I'm just going to mix it until it's all nice and incorporated. Make sure it's going to smell kind of like bread. Once that's all nice and dissolved, I will show you our next step. Okay, so I have our yeast and water mixture into a stand mixer bowl. And I have the dough mixer blade on, and I'm going to add into this mixture 1/2 cup of sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to mix that for like a little while, and then once that's nice and combined, I'll show you our next step. So once it's all nice and combined into that mixture, we're going to add in 3/4 of a cup of vegetable oil and 2 eggs, but we're going to add the 2 eggs with the vegetable oil. And we're going to whisk that real quick. And now, once that's all nice and whisked, you're going to add it into your mixture. Okay, so once that's been mixing for 5 minutes, I'll show you our next step. So here in a bowl, I have 5 cups of all-purpose flour. Into our white mixture, I'm going to add in only 1 cup of flour right now, and I'm going to mix it in. Just let it mix for a little bit. Alright, so now it's nice and combined. I'm going to let this sit here for 5 minutes until it starts to bubble. So while our mixture is resting, we're going to melt 1 stick of butter. And this is going to be what we glaze our cinnamon buns with. And so I'm just going to, either you can put this in the microwave in a cup, or you can melt it with a pot on the stove. I'm going to melt it with the pot on the stove. Okay, so my butter is all nice and melted. So it's been about 5 minutes now, and I'm going to add in the rest of my 5 cups of flour. I'm going to add it in kind of slowly. My flour is all nice and mixed, and it looks like a dough. Yay! So I have a large bowl here, and I'm going to take the dough out of the stand mixer. It's pretty sticky. That's okay. And we're going to let this sit here until it gets half the size of the bowl. So just make sure you get all the dough out. It's pretty sticky, as I said before. So we're just going to let it sit here. Okay, so my dough has risen a lot, and I just floured my surface, and I'm going to dump it out of the bowl. It's kind of sticking to the bowl, and that's okay. So I have my melted butter right here, and if you let it sit out, it might be a little, it might have not softened enough. So you want to, here's my butter, sorry. So you want to just make sure it's all the way melted. So in this bowl, I have some brown sugar, my melted butter, some cinnamon, and an egg wash tool. You can use like a paintbrush for the egg wash. It's an egg wash tool, but we're not going to use it for the egg wash today. We're going to use it for the melted butter. So I'm just flouring this so it's not so sticky. I'm gonna roll this into a little ball kind of, and I have a rolling pin, and I'm gonna roll it out. And so it's 1/4 inches thick. Alright, so now it's nice and rolled out. I'm gonna take my melted butter. I'm gonna just do the whole thing in melted butter. Okay, so it's nice and coated in butter. I'm gonna add, lightly sprinkle on my brown sugar. Just put it everywhere. Try to really pat it down. This is about a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and I put 1 stick of melted butter on here. And then this is about 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. You can add more, but I think we're gonna need a little more than a 1/2 cup of brown sugar for this because you want it all the way coated. So this is all nice and spread out. I'm gonna add now on my cinnamon. That should be enough cinnamon to cover it all. And we're gonna let this sit for about 2 minutes. Okay, so this is done sitting. We're gonna roll this like this. You really want it nice and tight. Get all this brown sugar and butter. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, it's nice and rolls. And you might have like a gap here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take, your butter. You're gonna kind of seal it together with the butter. You might have these edges here that won't stick, and you're like, so use the butter, stick it. Okay. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a knife, you're gonna cut these. And we're gonna put these on a 10-inch pan that I've already spread with some ham. And my oven is preheated to 350. I'm gonna cook these for 20 minutes. Alright, so while it is in the cinnamon buns are in the oven, we're gonna make a quick glaze. So I have a 1/2 cup of melted butter right here. Okay. And into that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of milk. You can use expired milk. It's not gonna affect anything. It's not gonna be bad or anything. So 1, oops, 2. Alright, I'm gonna mix that together. Okay, that's nice and mixed. Now we're gonna add in 1/4 of a teaspoon of lemon extract. You can use fresh lemons if you would like, but you need to make sure it's 1/4 because you don't want that overly lemony flavor. So 1, and then we're gonna add in 1/4 of a teaspoon of almond extract. Okay, and again we're gonna mix that. Into that mixture, we're going to add in 1/4 of a cup of powdered sugar. And listen. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, now mix that nice in. If you need to, you can add in more milk because it can be not go. So there is our glaze. Okay, you can make more glaze in this because this is not a lot of glaze. I'm going to actually make another batch because there's not enough. And I'm going to chop up a half a cup of walnuts. And then I will show you after they come out of the oven the next step. Alright, so it's been about 20 minutes and I just took them out of the oven. And I'm going to start to glaze them with our glaze. I have the egg wash again, and I'm going to just glaze these all up the glaze. If you need to, you can make more glaze, less glaze. So in this bowl here, I have a half a cup of walnuts and a half a cup of pecans. You can use different types of nuts if you like those, but I like these nuts the best. So then you're just gonna sprinkle them all on top for that extra crunch. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked this video, remember to like the video and to subscribe to Snoopy in the Kitchen.